to speak to you about our former Australians, the world leaders of achievement. We won't be able to encompass everything because we've achieved so much that it would take a day to go through everything. But we'll just take a few of the great things that we've done. We're the richest country in the world. We have 75 of the 77 minerals the world requires, and we have them in abundance. We have 49% of the world's total discovery of uranium. We're awash with oil, coal and gas. We're a very underpopulated country, but irrespective of our underpopulation, what we've achieved is colossal. In 1841, Hugh Victor Mackay, I've said it before, invented the grain stripper. That same year, an English pastor and surveyor, James Braithwaite Clark, found all the coal on the eastern side of Australia, from the border all the way up to the Hunter Valley, even up in the News Valley at Lithgow. That valley in News up in Lithgow, during the war, our shale seam of coal there, they call it shale coal or shale rock, supplied all our military requirements and our domestic requirements of petrol and oil that we needed during the war. It was shut down in the 50s by Sir Robert Menzies, being unprofitable. Why was it unprofitable? It was we owned it, the Commonwealth Oil Refineries. But the retorts that were there to refine all the shale came from a place called Joe Adger, just near Mittagong, south of Sydney. They came out in the 1800s from Scotland. So we had 1800 technology in the new century, supplying oil and grease and petroleum product for our military requirement and our domestic requirements. That'll tell you the wealth we have. Just recently, we've just found $22 trillion worth of shale oil in South Australia, which could make us an exporting oil country. Much said about it? Very little. Why? Because the International Monetary Fund don't want us to reveal this around the world. And by the way, the International Monetary Fund direct our treasuries, and our treasuries direct our politicians. How many times do you hear it? Oh, Treasury figures on this. We didn't elect the Treasury, we elect the politicians. They're our servants. They're public servants, no more, no less. Servants to the people, not dictators to the people. Now let's go through a few of the achievements that we've accomplished in this country. The Transcontinental Railway, the longest railway line in the world. The Snowy Mountain Scheme. We financed that ourselves. Wrote our own banknotes on that. At 5/8 of 1%. Under the Commonwealth Bank that was instituted by King O'Malley and Denison Miller, which was constructed in 1908, opened in 1913, at a flat rate of 3% for first home buyers, infrastructure, farmers and business. And ever since then they did their best to get rid of it. But the achievements, we financed our war effort through it. And finally they did it. And now we're at the behest of Open Bank. Look at the profits they make. How? By raping people of them. Now some of the inventions. The stump jump plough that's reinvigorated farming all around the world. How we eradicated rust in wheat. Jack Brabham's achievement that no one else will ever achieve in the world motorsport. We achieved the syringe, the disposable syringe. The windscreen wiper in the car was invented here. All the medical achievements in the world came from here. We started the Holden motor car that they said would be impossible to do. Can't work. It's what you call a unitary construction, where there's no chassis but the whole car is part of the strength. It revitalised the whole motor industry around the world. How are they all made today? The same way. We invented a machine gun that can work underwater, an Owen machine gun that the Yanks couldn't get over. It saved Australia up in the Owen Stanley Ranges. We invented the black box tape recorder in the planes. The Battle of Britain. A person from here was in Britain. The Spitfires and the Mustangs couldn't go up high because it was freezing the carburettors. So a person from Australia that was working on this suggested we put ethylene glycol in the manifolds. Didn't freeze them anymore. They could go up higher than the MiGs. What happened? Look at all our inventions we've done in the rural industry. Too many to mention. This is what we've got in this country, and we're still here today. There's a gentleman farmer in Victoria of recent who can get 25% and 30% better cropping results the way he's doing it. Everyone said it wouldn't work. So the American company of John Deere supplying with his name's James Rewalt. So the American company supplying with tractors and machinery and say, how can you help us make this a better efficient machinery? They've got 200 million people, we've got a few here. We can grow rice per acre at a greater yield than anyone else in the world. The Ord River scheme. The people in Tasmania with our fishing system, how they've perfected the mussels, how they've perfected the oyster, how they've perfected the scallop. Do we need any more than that? We've got it here. All we've got to do is protect our industries. We're growing mangoes up in the north there. They export them. They've got the smallest seed. We're growing grapes, seedless grapes. What we did with the wheat harvest, I've said once in a previous discussion, how we eradicated the rust. We can grow more types of potatoes in this country than anyone else in the world. They're just some of the things we've got here. Go down to the Mitchell Library and look up the inventions. It will astound you. The disposable syringe was done here. The pressure top on the pressure pack, done here. The ring pull can on the Coca-Cola, done here. All done here, and we made the machinery to do it. What more do we need? We only need the wherewithal from politicians to say, we've got it here, we'll protect it here, we'll create jobs here, and we shouldn't have any unemployment. We're the richest country in the world. That's why they want the New World Order to come and take us over. Wake up. These are the facts.